Bob Wachowski. I'm the Director of Public Safety. I've been at the university for a little over 30 years, and I also graduated from DePaul.
Do you have any stories to share about encountering DePaul students who've been drinking underage or using drugs? Anything that you might be think might be a powerful or educational story to share?
There's actually two. I mean, one of them involved drinking, which is usually on Thursday nights. We have our major issues on campus. It's Thursday night is the big night to go out. Students tend to go out in groups, and then they get separated into bars and stuff, and they meet strangers, or somebody buys them a drink that they don't know. You have to be very careful with that. They come back intoxicated, or somebody slips something in their drink, and they do have what's called a date rape drug out there that is colorless and odorless, so they can even put it in water. So you have to be very careful of your drinks. But one time we had a student come back, and we found him semi-unconscious, by St. Vincent's Church, and we called the ambulance, which we normally do. We transported him to the hospital. Thank God he was okay, but his father, who was a medical doctor, actually contacted us the next day and thanked the department because he had so much alcohol in his system, that if he wouldn't have received medical treatment, that he probably would have died from the alcohol poisoning. Mm-hmm. And the other one is we've had a couple incidents on campus involving some female students where they were out drinking and they did take a drink from a stranger or whatever, and they actually blacked out for part of the night, so they're not quite sure, what happened to them for 4 or 5 hours of that evening. So, bad things like something like a sexual assault or something can happen to you when you have no recollection. But those types of drugs are out there. Mm-hmm. So that's probably two of the most significant things that we've encountered.
Mm-hmm. Many students think that public safety and Chicago police are too busy with other bigger crimes to really enforce underage drinking rules and laws. How would you respond to that idea?
I'd say both the police and us are not too busy to respond to those. Those are very serious because they lead to other things. Like if you go back to your resident hall intoxicated, you can go to sleep and you can asphyxiate on your own vomit. People are sexually assaulted when they're under the influence of alcohol. The other thing is you can get in a vehicle and you can drive while you're intoxicated, which could lead to an accident, which you can hurt somebody else or hurt yourself or get arrested for a DUI. So there's a lot of complications that come from the excessive drinking.
Absolutely. And if you had one piece of advice to give to DePaul students about alcohol or other drugs, what would it be?
I would just make smart choices, and if you are going to drink, if that's your path, nobody can stop you 100%, but just be smart about it. Stay with other people who you can trust, and drink responsibly. And on the drugs, they're illegal for a reason. Probably the best decision is just to stay away from it.